Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Educational Gamer, and we are just in the last throngs of setting up the Space Program Manager over here. So we are playing the last missions over here, and there is one important one. So the Pioneer 11, I think, is actually heading for another planet, but it is making a swing by over here. So as we are approaching Jupiter, I thought I'd just show you these pictures, hoping that everything turns out alright, which it apparently does. And that's very nice because it is also earning us a couple of prestige points. And I didn't even realize that we would get that Jupiter mission while we are on our way to Saturn. So it's very nice that we are getting all of these achievements, although that's potentially making Pioneer 11 a little bit redundant. Just by virtue of this. Nevertheless, that is something that I wanted to show you. I'm not going to go through all of these steps for all of the other missions, but I think that should be fine. So I'll see you guys back with the next flyby and or touchdown of any space probe. Thank you very much. And here we are back now with Pioneer 12, a Venus orbiter. Mission. We just launched that last season actually, so it's a very short-ish. Well, it's still taking 6 seasons in total, but I do think season 2 is an important one because it's the first time you get into Venus orbit. So let's resume that mission over here and let's monitor it from flight control. And indeed, you can see that these things are coming in. So here we are getting probably a nice view on Venus, even though Venus of course is a planet with not that many features that are very visible and interesting to see. Nevertheless, I do think it's important to see how these missions worked on in reality. So it's nice to see, yeah, lots of prestige points being earned, so that is indicative that we did earn some points over here. Can I skip that, please? Yeah, Venus Orbiter, that's a very nice achievement. Also getting some bonus on that, probably. There will be some development in the next turns, although I won't show you every time. It's simply circling around Venus, so I think that's very good. Oh, and by the way, look at that. The Soviets have managed their lunar landing about a year after us. No, not even. So it was half a year after. So that's nice to see that they did manage to do so in the end. Nevertheless, let me skip ahead to the next time something interesting happens. And here we are again, now with the Pegasus satellite. Actually interesting to see that's a massive satellite equipped with an array of panels to report punctures by micrometeoroids. This is actually very late that we do this. It's 1971. I'm not sure when that was done historically, but let's see that because it is a new mission. Although it does involve simply an orbital flight, but yeah, let's launch that and monitor that from mission control. Yeah, so not that many steps. I don't think it should take too long. A beautiful new rocket. That's the Jupiter 1.
9. Ignition sequence start. 5,
And
4. We have ignition.
yeah, looking good. Pretty new rocket. I think it's only being used for this mission in our setup. Oh, I do see systems blinking, so that's not good to see. We might as well hire a team because we have so much money kicking around. Come on. Yeah, very good. A launch problem. That's not that promising. There we go. Send. Lovely. Successful. And satellite deployment. Yeah, so these are probably the arrays that we can see and how often they are being punctured. Oh, it's just solar arrays. That's clever. That's very clever. So you can see how often they'll be taken out of order. Interesting. Okay, so we did manage to do that, which is interesting to see. It does carry some scientific value, although not necessarily in the game. You don't need it to advance anything. So it's fine to see that, although it's probably not. Ooh, the first Soviets opening their first Mars mission, so that's interesting. President is happy, that's alright. We can close the... So these are the ones that are still open. I think we can close the Pegasus one now, that's fine. We can also go ahead to the rocket research and close the Saturn 1 booster. The Atlas Centaur we'll still need for some of these programs. And yeah, so let me get back to establishing these, and I'll see you guys when there is another mission to go. So, here we go again. These are the 4 missions that we are currently running. In particular, I do think that Pioneer 10 and Viking 1 will be very interesting missions to watch. So let's end the season over here. Should be fine. Let's skip ahead to this one. We can resume and simply skip. Yeah, successful but uneventful flight through space. Pioneer 10 though. Let's resume that mission and let's monitor from mission control, because I do think that we are passing by Jupiter over here, which should be at least a little bit more interesting. Although again, I didn't realize that the other mission would actually do that as part of its mission profile. So yeah, a little bit of an oversight by me. I didn't quite think of looking at that even. But of course it does make perfect sense if you do send the probe out to just look at that. Out to space. You might as well just take it by another planet in as well. Nevertheless, we are earning quite a bit of points over here. I'm not sure why. Maybe because we're gathering more detailed pictures? No. It's actually just the second time we do this. So okay, that's fine. Venus 12 is just orbiting Venus, so it's a little bit boring. We can skip to the outcome. Yeah, successful. That's good to see. Viking 1 over here. So the first one, the first satellite with orbit and lander, or the first space probe I should say. So let's assign flight controllers. I'm not sure why you dropped these guys. Can we do someone better over here? Someone better over here maybe? Yeah, good to see. Oh, we don't need a booster guys, so yeah, let's confirm these assignments and let's resume this mission. And this one we are going to watch from mission control, because it is extremely interesting to see this Mars mission go. In particular, I'm not entirely sure how they did the Mars atmospheric entry, so let's see. So it is coasting to Mars, probably as it's approaching Mars it must retrofire or something. It's directly landing. Okay, that's interesting. So here we go, that's the deorbit. Then the entry. Okay, so it's just wind braking. Right, so there are a couple of problems, and we do have ample funding, so I'm gonna hire at least one team, hoping that that turns out alright. Yeah, looking very good. So in reality, I'm not sure how much flight controllers could actually do about it once it is descending. Oh yeah, it's I think I saw that on Bohemia Interactive's Mars mission, so that's a very interesting set of steps over here. Yeah, but as I was saying, in reality, Earth controllers really can't do much about this because of the 20 minutes or so delay between getting a signal and seeing what's going on. But here we go, first samples being taken from Mars. And some orbiter operations happening. Very lovely to see. This mission profile is going to last one season longer, although I don't think next term there will be a lot of things happening, so that is very fantastic to see over here. Good. Viking orbiter and lander, and we are getting some upgrades. Very nice to see. So, I think we can actually directly skip it over here and show programs, and let's see whether there's anything more interesting coming up on these guys in the third season. Yeah, we might as well watch that, so why not? And I think that should be fine. What other missions are in progress? Pioneer 11 and 12. He will be running for a long time. Pioneer 12 we might watch as well, so let's, I think that should be fine. On the other hand, there is also just the orbiter and the space probe, that's fine. There is the Pioneer 13 Venus multiprobe, and that I think would be also very good to research. So Let's put some more resources into this, and then we'll directly skip ahead and see what we can do over there. You might as well be working over here. Let's, I don't know, take you over here. Should be fine, it's not that critical. Yeah, and this should be enough so that I am comfortable launching Pioneer 3. The multi-probe on Venus, and that I think is the last open profile. Centaur booster looks good to me. Let's schedule that. Summon now, Flight Director Frank. All the other candidates as we sort of know them, that's fine. And here we go, end season. Yes, it's gonna be alright. Yeah, we can resume this and skip to the outcome. Uneventful flight through space. Pioneer 11, since this is the last time we can watch it. Although again, it's just a simple orbit. Well, I'm not sure whether you might actually be deorbiting and crashing into Venus, or whether you'll simply run out of power. At any rate, this mission has been finished, has run its course 6 seasons, 1.5 years, it's not that short. So, yeah, study of a Venus of level 2, structure 2, that's fine, and good to know. Let's resume this mission as well, and monitor from mission control, of course. So, more surface operations. Yeah, I think it's taking radio isotopic readings and taking some things over there. Yeah, let's hire a team. I would like this to succeed. At 90%, it is working in our favor, so that's good to see. This is much more likely for flight controllers to fix because it's on the surface. So you might try things. Same over here. Let's spend a little bit to improve our chances by just a scooch. And we do, so that's nice to see. Problem solved. Yeah, there we go. Lots of prestige points because that mission 2 is then done. Yeah, very good. Very lovely to see. Venus 10, I think the first one potentially only involves the launch itself. So I think we can skip ahead a little bit over here. So thank you very much for... No, don't think... I'm going to skip ahead and you guys join me in a second. And I was actually wrong. The mission profile is directly to Venus. You can see it happening over here. So yeah, that's a complicated step of maneuvers. Let's watch what's going on over here. Of course, the first 5 or so will be just a simple launch, which we've seen a couple of times by now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire.
The trusted Agena launch vehicle over here. Ascending. Very lovely profile. Space probe deployment. And again some issues. Let's try to spend our way out of that. I mean, 90% sounds good, but if you do it 3 times, at some point you will fail. Nevertheless, not this time, so that's very nice to see. Especially since we are still in Earth orbit. Probe injection, that's nice to see. Yep, more problems popping up. I mean, it's not that reliable, but still. And we are lucky again, so that's good to see. Earth departure. Interesting layout for that probe as well. You can really see how they try to fit it in on the circumference of the rocket. Now I think it's a little bit more interesting. Again, 15% chance of failure. Risk of failure, I should say, probably. But we fixed it. Big probe release. Okay. What's going on over here? Are you bombarding Venus again? I know I said I'm rich, but... yeah, at some point it was bound to happen. So the entire mission fails. It's interesting to see that. It looks almost like it's bombarding that or taking stereoscopic pictures. I need to look at that. So, fails to activate, and the most important, yeah, can't be accomplished. That's unfortunate. But we can skip ahead, of course. So, I'm gonna see you in a minute. So, here we are. Pioneer 11, we'll just skip to the outcome. Yeah, successful. More importantly, we are on another trial of the Pioneer 3 Venus multiprobe. So, let's launch this mission and monitor it from my flight control. Because I still want to find out what is going on over here. So this multi-mission, is it going into the atmosphere? Is it going to measure different things?
10,
I really don't
9,
know.
8, 7,
I don't like the blinking.
5, 4, 3, 2,
yeah, I thought so.
1.
That's our one team. I mean, we have pretty decent probabilities over here. Yeah, looking good. But yeah, on step 2 out of 14, we are already encountering problems. Still, the reliability of the, at least the missile, it's so high. The rocket, I should say. Still beautiful descent. Starting to get a little bit more critical over here, I believe. Probe deployment. Yeah, you can see it dropping down as it's more about the probe. Which I think is around 80% or so. Here we go. Probe insertion. Traveling to Venus. No, Earth departure first. Yep. Yeah, let's hire a team. Come on. Yeah, very good. Still, I mean, we are very unlucky, I have to say, with this probe so far. Earth Venus transit. Big probe release, yeah, we've seen that last time. And again, we are encountering some problems over here. So this time I'm gonna hire 2 teams. Sorry about the noise in the background, the dog is doing its thing. And this time we do get it to be nominal, so that's very good. So here we go. Small probes release, okay, interesting to see. Big probe approach and entry. Okay, so it is going into the atmosphere. Interesting to see. And that again is running into problems. Yeah, but we are doing fine over here, so yeah, that is really trying to get down to the surface of Venus. Interesting. Very tough job, very tough job. And the small probes are doing that as well. They are burning up on entry. But we hope that we can get some info. Yeah, we can. And I am guessing 14 will be some just orbital systems going on. Small probe landing. Interesting. I didn't know we did that. Good. Oh no. Yeah. Very good. Excellent. So that mission has finished as well, and that only leaves the last, I think, Pioneer 11 was it. So yeah, they are getting their first Mars orbits. So that only leaves our Jupiter probe over here. See the one, and that is, I'm afraid, still taking some time. So I'll skip ahead a little bit to that, and I'll see you guys then. Bye bye. And here we finally are. Pioneer 11. After 21 turns that are just fast forwarded for you guys, we will finally see the Saturn flyby. So I'm very excited about that, and I seriously hope that that is going to be a successful mission. So let's make sure all of our people are top notch over here. Looking good to me. Let's confirm these assignments. Let's resume that mission. Let's monitor from flight control. 2 steps, but yeah, just a flyby, not even an orbit. But there it is, Saturn. Lovely to see. Experiments are blinking there. That's not a good sign, typically. nevertheless, it looks a little bit like we were successful over here. And there we go. That is another achievement, Saturn probe. So that's very lovely to see. And yeah, here we go. Structure of Saturn. Done. Very lovely. Soviets are doing some things deep into 1974. But I do think we have achieved everything that we set out to do now. So I hope you enjoyed this little bonus turn. This is probably going to be the last one of this season. So yeah, looking forward to the next games that we're going to play together. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye bye.